The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on Tom's Radio Toronto are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of Tom's Radio Toronto or its staff. These broadcasts are presented and made public as entertainment and general information only, in the hope that they will be entertaining and informative to listeners. They are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate in any way any disease or condition or to promote any specific lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice, nor is the information presented necessarily accurate or verifiable.
Karibu sana katika Tom's Radio Toronto. This is Tom's Radio Toronto 3768 Bathurst Street. Kipindi chetu cha African Talks na mwenye kipindi ni Bori Buyuni Jahazi. I'm just a host, Josie Sla. Habari ni za kwenu na imani watu wote kutoka nyumbani mnatufuatilia vizuri. Tunashukuru kwa hilo. Thank you so much viewers in Toronto and everywhere in the world who are following up our program. Bori, habari za kwako?
Nzuri sana dangu.
Yeah, vaccine passport in place today. But then we just completed the election and Liberals won but not majority. How do you think about that?
Well, the Canadians decided that it was not a time to give Mr. Trudeau a majority government. He placed down the vaccine passport. He did all those things. And the place, is kind of divided in both sides. Some people agree with this vaccine passport. Some people don't. It seems like majority do agree with vaccine passport. So they gave him the votes to be a prime minister.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
I think so.
And that there's a big number of people that do not want a vaccine passport. That could be the reason why he did not get a majority government. So I think he took a gamble.
Yeah, but then I think that we are really divided at this time. This was the time where the country, as the nation, need to be close together.
Well, this is
not
worldwide.
that much divided, but with this election, I see it is a really big division.
It's a worldwide thing. I saw two things. I saw one, I think people in France in a protest, anti-vax against the vaccinated. They were fighting, actually physical fights. And I saw another clip, and I think in Italy, that people with the vaccine passport, they are going and banning their vaccine passport. Saying no vaccine passport, right? Freedom. So
I hope even here people could realize that, because this is going really to give us a very big division. Anyway, let's move on to our topic today. What are we discussing? We are still having, why don't humans talk about Why don't
humans talk about religion?
Oh, I could not even read it because I'm still thinking what kind of a question is that. Okay, why do you have that question?
It's very interesting. The reason I am coming with this question, obviously, this is African Talk, and our continent have been colonized and influenced significantly, even divided in so many different countries have been divided through different religions' belief. Muslim fighting with Christians, and at the same time, we've been colonized and follow these things, right, as a religion. But at the same time, we have this thing that is extremely important to a human, is what practically, I'll say 95% of Africans are either Christians or Muslim. And this is what make a human function about everything in their life. The religion is what make him choose who to vote based on their moral compass. The religion is what shape him on his dressing. The religion is what shape him on the type of food to eat. The religion is what shape the family, family values. The religion is what shape everything about human. This is one. And two, we as different people from a different faith, we do share everything. We are friends. We are lovers. We get married. We do businesses together. We choose our governments and politicians by influence of our religious leaders. This is another thing, right? And while we are interacting with each other and love each other and do all of that together, there's one thing that is certain for sure, that each one of us dies. So where did I come with this question? The reason, what struck me in this question is one day, on a clip of this WhatsApp thing, I saw a funeral. Of a normal person that knew someone. I think it was a family member post. They are carrying a casket, singing from the church, singing the songs of prayer, praying for God to forgive him. I'm not sure if it was him or her. And I went back and thought, and as a Muslim, I thought the process of a burial of someone. We also carry the casket to the burial, praying for this person who
But
passed
I have
away.
a question
Let me
there.
praying for this person for God to forgive him his sins and put him in the right place.
I think we were arguing about that.
Yes. So
How do you pray for someone to be forgiven when he's already dead?
No, he is dead. When he's alive, he's responsible for him to pray.
Yeah, when
God
he's
for himself.
alive, he's responsible not only pray,
Is his own.
not only pray,
and act and behave and all type of things.
Exactly.
But when he passed away, he doesn't have that option anymore. So his responsibility for us Muslim, our faith, is responsibility of the family members
To pray for him.
For example, as Muslim, we were taught there's a hadith Muhammad teaching. He said when a human died, everything, any connection that he has in this universe, right, is gone. He cannot produce any valuable rewards from God to take him to heaven except three things. One is a gift that carry on. Like, for example, if you build a mosque, for Christian, build a church, dig a well, right? Those type of things that are gift that carry on, right?
Yeah, but if you are dead,
yes. So
if you are
so
dead,
so
you are
if you're
dead.
dead, so if you are dead, what happens is every single person that goes and get water from that well, you get rewards from God because you did that well. If you build a mosque, every single person that go pray in that mosque, you get reward for providing that place to pray.
Yeah,
So
but
for the
I
church-
think those are religious concepts.
so this is one, right? Second, this is a religious concept, but we are shaped by religion, as I said before. Second
it's
thing,
true. The religion shaped us
So,
as a culturally and individuals. Yeah.
And the second thing that we live based on our teachings of Islamic teaching, the education, knowledge that benefit an individual. So if you teach someone something that will help him to earn his living and feed people, and then you pass away, every time he's able to use that knowledge to earn the living and also help others through that knowledge, you get reward from God, even if you pass away.
Because the principle is if you do good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true that there's a way God rewards you.
Yes. But if you die,
but
right?
if you die and you pray for me to be forgiven, my sins to be forgiven, that's not applicable.
So the third thing,
yeah,
the third thing that he teaches us, or a good kid that will pray for him or her. That's the third thing that we are taught. So first, the gift that carry on. First is the gift that carry on. Second, the education that benefit an individual. And the third thing is if you left a good kid that will actually pray and do things for him. So you see Muslims, for example, Muslims will go dig a well as a gift that carry on behalf of your father, right? Or build a mosque as a gift that carry on behalf of your father in hope.
And this is why I agree with your question that we need to speak about religion to construct ourselves.
So this is why I was trying to answer why people pray, right? So the question is that what I'm trying to point out is with this particular funeral, right? After they pray for him at church, they carry the teachings of religion. That's what they teach, right? Whether we agree or not, they should done or not, that's different. But the teaching of these religions that shape our life says when the person dies, right, you pray for them for God to forgive their sin. You disagree with that, but that's what the teaching. That's what you disagree with the teaching, but the teaching says that, and the teaching is what shape majority.
And this is why I'm saying, why should we not teach the person before he or she dies to go to align with what God wants?
So this is the question that you should be asking the religious leader, right? No, you should not pray for the person who died. They die, right? That's another way. But for Muslims teaching, we are told, right, our teaching that we pray for the people who die. As a Christian religion, we are told that when the person died, you pray for them, right? For their sins to be forgiven. So this is all those are whether we agree or we don't agree.
Those are the religion those have been created by human beings.
Okay, so it depends now. This is another. This is where faith issue based, right? That's why I think I find it's necessary.
Maybe tell us why you want us to discuss.
So I'm heading there. You cut me off on the praying first.
I want to know why you want us to discuss.
So I was trying to explain that. I said I saw a funeral, and someone was being carried in a casket, and they were praying, right, for him or her, and I. Recall, me personally as a Muslim, I know that when person die and they take him to the grave, they are praying for this person, right? And we all, especially let's say Muslim and Christian are two religions that are majority in Africa, right? The one that shapes our life. And we find that Christians and Muslim interact. I'm Muslim, you are Christian. The DJ there is Christian, right? Obviously, we have few atheists, but not too many. That is a different topic on atheist people who believe in a Big Bang or something. But I think that they try to understand the Creator based on what they see, hear, or feel, and something that is impossible to do. If you can even see that your nail. Right, that look like plastic and are transparent, that he just pass lights and he absorbs certain light, but in reality of it is just a bunch of elements, just like the ones in a periodic table, that don't even attach to each other, moving very, very fast, right? Is not real. It's just an illusion, right? What we see is an illusion. So when you're trying to look God and understand God as the way you're looking at the nail, right? You definitely don't understand. You are missing that particular very important point. But that's a completely different story. That's for those atheists, right? But what I'm saying is, we marry each other. We make produce kids with each other. We do business with each other. Me and Josephine, we have a radio show together, right? And for Christians and Muslims, really faith teaching believe that people who do not believe in God, the Creator, right, do not worship God, his place is hell.
So
And-
I have a question there. Okay, those who don't believe in God, when they die, they go to hell. So if
No, they go to hell in the day of judgment, right?
okay, so if the person died while he was not believing God, what kind of your prayers is going to make him or her be forgiven and go where he's supposed to go?
That's the choice that he makes. I don't know who will pray for them and what the prayer it is. Most of the time, you see someone who's atheist, he don't believe in God at all, and he dies with the name Joseph or John, right? And they will bury him through church. They'll pray for him and bury him through church. And you also see Muslim named Omar or Juma that did not believe in God, right? And happened to die, and he'll be buried as Muslim, right? So this
Religion is like
this,
politics.
yeah. The religion is very interesting thing. But this is a completely different. I'm trying to explain to answer the question why I'm asking this question. Right. So as we are marrying each other, as we having offsprings, as we working together in the business, right? We believe, Christians and Muslims believe, if you don't believe in God, right, most likely your place will be hell when you die, and everybody will, and nobody, no human, or whether you believe in God or not, is not aware of such a thing that one day is going to die. Christians, with their faith, believe that if you do not accept the Lord Savior Jesus, right, Jesus Christ, as they say, and you did not become Christians and you are not baptized and all that, your place is hell, right? And Muslims' teaching is that if you don't believe that there's only one God, and only worship that one God and follow Muhammad as a prophet, the way that Muslims believe with this world today, right? The chances are your place is also hell. And while we are interacting each other and loving each other and working together and marrying each other and having kids with each other and eating together and nominating each other in politics and everything functioning perfectly, we completely refuse to discuss something as trivial as that. Why?
To discuss religion.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, it's like-
Can't we discuss this? Why can't we
No, I
try
think-
to figure it out? Why can't Christian not try to understand and really learn and understand what Islam is? And why Muslims don't try to really think and learn and try to understand what Christianity is?
Yeah, because
Jews are different.
no, that's what I'm saying. No, even Jews is a complicated. That's what I'm saying. All these religions issues, they're like political parties. I know there's only one God, and if there's only one God, that means God gave out the same principles, whether to Jewish, Muslim, Christian, and everything. So when you come by naming Muslims, naming Jewish, naming Muslims, those names of the religions, they have been created by people, not God. God did not mention any religion.
No, God.
Because if you read the first chapter of Genesis, God said there's only one God. And when he was creating the earth, he only created the day and night. He created one human being. He did not create any religion. So when we come to discuss, it's like people say, I say, you always tell me you don't like politics. I don't like religion arguments because to me, religion is like political parties. People have, because every religion set its own principles.
No, I'll correct. I
You are
love.
talking about
I love politics.
Okay,
I don't want to be a politician.
But you love
But
politics.
I love politics
And
because
you
it's
like
one thing that shape our living, right, in
Your
this
life
universe,
structure.
right, our life structure.
I
But
don't think if politics or religion shape us. However, they have big influence in our life.
yeah, they shape us, everything.
See?
They shape all our belief. For example,
Shaping is you. You can create your own identity.
yes, I understand
You
that.
can create your own identity depending on what you believe, what you think is right for you, and who you are. So you can deny not to be shaped by the politics, and you can say, no religion will shape me. However, some religion has influence on us.
Okay, so let me explain to you how what you are saying, right, is not practical. Okay?
It's not practical because people like following. They only follow without understanding some issues.
No, it's just the way we are created, right? It's just the way our mind works. It's very, very interesting that everything, absolutely everything we know, absolutely everything we know, have been taught to us by someone else.
Yeah, of
Most
course,
of the things
we look at.
Most of the things, the early things that we learn are from our parents. I'll give you an example. If you want a proper proof of this, your favorite food will always be the food that you ate when you were a kid. And there's no exceptional to anybody with that. It doesn't matter what you do, whether the kid was, the person who was feeding you was your mom, whether the person who was feeding you was your grandmother, whether the person who was feeding you was your dad. There's something as you're growing up that they were feeding you and you're eating every day, that become your favorite food. Here in Canada,
for there, I think I'm very different. Let's continue,
Okay,
I feel that I'm very different on that because for me, I always like to create my own test.
Yes, you want to create your own test, but what I'm saying is something that you can say, this is my favorite food, like something that you when you get, right, that thing that you used to eat during Christmas, that thing that you used to eat during holidays, that things you used to eat on a wedding, at your family, that things that they used to cook when there's a visitor come.
Maybe right? Because I didn't have a chance to explore all those kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I grew up in a very different line to the point that my life is how I feel and think. Myself.
Okay. So most people,
I'm not a person who like to follow.
Yes,
I don't do what majority do.
I'm one of those too. But at least there's so many things, right, in life.
If you tell me discipline, it's true. The discipline I'm having today has been created with my parents.
Okay. So that what I'm trying to explain, what I'm trying to say is what we learn, everything that we know have been taught to us by someone, and our perception, right, is what make that thing positive or negative or good or bad. And that usually the way it works, you see something, you relate it with a previous experience on something, whether you heard or whether you are told or whether you saw, right, and say this is bad. I'll give a very, very good example, very contradictory example, right, but it's a very good example. If you go to Middle East, a place like Saudi Arabia, and you you talk to a woman that is married with a husband who have maybe two other wives or three other wives or one other wife, and they are in here in Canada they call it polygamous relationship, but as Muslim
Do
we're allowed
do
to.
we have polygamous in
Yeah,
Canada?
yes, they do have.
They do?
Yeah, they do have. But
this-
it's not supposed to be illegal or that kind of thing. But
So how do they identify
no,
themselves?
there's some people who have their own their states, like they are outside on, just like the way that in Utah, Normans, right? Mormons or something. They have those people who are fighting
No,
for their
because
freedom of
I
right.
know, like back home, Muslims, you can have two wives and
Three,
it's legal.
even four. Right?
Yeah, but
It is legal.
here, how do you define
No,
the
here,
second and
by
the third?
no, the government of Canada don't allow that. I never really look into that because I've never had the interest of that. But I'm trying to prove a point. If you go to Saudi Arabia, right, and ask these women, right, these women about that particular fight, that they are not being done justice by having more than one
Wife.
sharing the husband, right? They will not understand you. They are happy, they are contempt, and they think it's okay.
Yeah, because
Right?
it is
because
taught by
because
the
it's taught to
religion.
them, right? By religion, it's taught them by their culture, and is accepted, widely accepted with their society, and for them is absolutely right, and there's nothing wrong about it. If you come to Canada, right, and get a Canadian lady and tell them
That
to
I'm
be a
going
second wife, right, you will look like an abusive individual, right? So, right, this is
You know
this
what?
is this is
For
this is
me, even back home, I always say, why should you have two wives, three wives?
yeah. So this is
That's an abuse.
yes, this is the discussion of what is right and what is wrong, right? but of course, to what someone think is absolutely wrong, another person feels is absolutely right, and what someone feels absolutely right, someone else feels is absolutely wrong. So this is what human is like. What you have taught. Right? What is your environment? Your environment, your conditioning, your teaching, your religions, your friends, your family, and your surrounding shape your perception about what you think is truth, right? And religion play a big part in a human based on this perception that we do everything that become as our moral compass. So me as a Muslim, I have this moral compass, right? You as Christian, you have this moral compass. Luckily, a lot of things are very similar on the teachings of what is good and what is bad. This is luckily, right? But at the end, each one of us believe that we are the one who's right, right?
And this is why people don't want to discuss religion.
No. Yeah, each one of us believe that we are the one who's right, but absolutely refuse, okay, to learn what another person feels is right. And that person completely refuse to learn what other person feels is right on something that is extremely trivial, because at the end, right, we all agree that we're going to die. We all agree there's going to be heaven. We all agree there's going to be hell. And we all feel like we are the one who's going to go to heaven and another one is going to go to hell. And
I think when you talk about religion, we don't need to agree.
Yeah, no, we don't need to agree.
Yeah, because the way you say that these religions are grounded from different cultures.
Yes, I agree.
And because they have different cultures, that means the way we perceive those concepts is very different.
And I understand that.
It's like me, if you ask me today, it's true, I've been born and raised in Christianity.
Correct.
But every day, as I'm growing, I find that my thinking or my perception towards the religion is changing, because the good thing, I grew up and I managed to put myself in two different denominations. I call them denominations because in Christianity, there are a lot of stuff things. And I've been learning that, okay, what are these people talking about? Everybody is talking how he believes.
Yes, this is correct. This is
we
correct.
can't argue on that.
But yes, we cannot argue on what the faith. I'm not talking about the faith, right? I'm talking about
even the concept, because
I'm talking. Yeah.
you're a Muslim,
Yeah,
okay? There are too many Muslims. If I put them together there, I won't know who is right and who is wrong.
Yes, you will not know, but among Muslims, we know.
Who is right and who is not
Yes, who's wrong, who's right and who's wrong, right? Because they, I don't want to talk. I did not want to address that. I didn't want to talk on that level, but Islam.
So there is conservative Muslim.
No, there's no such a thing.
There is.
There's some people who behave that, but I'll explain to you.
Exactly.
I'll explain to you. I'll say why.
I wanted you to say
let
that.
Let me explain to you what at least on Islamic version, the way I understand what we are. We Muslim, we all believe in one book, that is Quran, right? We believe those are the words of God, the Creator, talking to Muhammad, who is another human who did not know how to read or write. He will tell him, the angel will tell the words, poetry, pretty much, poems to him. He will read the poetry, right? People will write, right? And him became as an example, his life, as an example of how every Muslim person should live. So the words and the laws and the teaching of the Quran, and that is the laws and that everything that we have to follow.
I agree with you
and Muhammad as an example of that. So every Muslim, when they argue, right, our answer will always come from there, and there's nothing ever missed.
The point is that it's true you're all reading the same book, but you are all practicing very different.
No.
I know.
No, the only difference is Shia.
And very different.
Nothing is different in Islam. It's not the same. We don't have the things like the
anyway,
way.
Let's
but
go for a short break.
That's a different topic.
And then when we come back, you're going to tell us why do you want people to discuss about religion?
Well, I'm asking why people don't discuss.
DJ, take us for a short break, and then probably you have the answer because you brought that question to us.
Okay.
we were talking why people don't want to discuss about religion. And I was arguing, said, religion is so complicated. It's like political parties, when you start to argue about religion, it's not different to politicians who argues about their policies and how they practice.
Yeah,
Tell us.
but I'm not talking about arguing. I'm not saying why don't people argue about religion. No.
It will lead you to arguments.
No.
It won't keep you safe.
That's
I think what you're doing most don't you talk about religion?
We do talk about the religion in our teachings, but
I talk about religion every day.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
right? What I'm trying to say, in at least these three major religion, Christians, Muslims, and Jews, right? Jews are different because they say they are a race and they are by themselves as Jews, right? Do you have to be a Jew to be in a Jewish religion? They believe their religion is through bloodstream, right? So they are a little bit unique, they're a little bit different, right? They say they are the chosen people.
No. You don't need to be a Jew to become. You don't need to be a Jew to become Jewish. I know a lot of Jewish people who are not Jewish.
yes, there's some people who decided to follow Jewish religion, right? But for Jews themselves, believe that for you to be a Jew, you have to have a Jewish bloodstream. That's why the only one who have right to live in that place where they're taken, they have to prove some bloodstream from them. There's a lot
where are they taken?
I'm talking about Israel, right? But that's what they believe. But at least for Christians and Muslims, let's say and Jews, we put them together. All these religions have manuals, books, right? That was given. We say they came from the Creator himself.
No, I don't believe that.
You don't believe that. But what I'm saying is the books are there.
All the books have been, of course, the religion says God gave 10 commandments
No,
to Moses.
actually there were 360 something.
Commandments?
Yes, commandment. That's what Jews have. That's what Jews follow, those commandments. Christianity say 10 commandments, right? But that's a different topic. That's a completely different topic,
okay,
right?
But the book did not come from heaven. No book came from heaven.
Well, Muslim believe Quran did, right?
Quran came from heaven.
Yes, directly from heaven. Then some parts.
DJ Owen, this is why I don't want to discuss religion.
Okay, so we don't. This is why I didn't know. But what I'm saying,
I believe you, as you are with me, that religion should not be a matter of discussion.
Yes, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, what is so difficult?
You want people to learn.
No.
Each other.
Yeah. What I'm saying.
I tell you, my Bible came from heaven, and you are telling me Quran came from heaven. Do you think we are going to meet someone?
Okay. So what I'm saying is, why don't we, as human, put these books, right, in one place, and discuss the books.
Yeah, they do
and
that.
Find out. No. I actually started a group. Believe
put me in that.
No, I'm not gonna put. I'm not gonna put. I'm not
gonna
put it. I started a group, and actually, it's an absolutely very, very interesting for the people. You have to be very strong-minded to be in that group, but it's extremely interesting. I'm so happy and glad I started. It's very interesting.
So you discuss about religion.
Yes, we are discussing about religion. The intention is to put all the books. We're putting a Quran, expose it, find what is wrong with it. We're putting Bible, exposing it.
If you believe
try,
it came to God, how can it be wrong?
No, we have to compare the followings. We are talking about the insults.
Why do you want to No, that's what my argument is. Why do you want to compare those books when you believe they all came from the same Creator?
Then why do we believe that whoever that is in one place believe that they are only right one to go to heaven, another one is going to hell? Because as a Muslim, Christians believe for you to be able to go to heaven, you have to accept the Lord Savior, Jesus Christ.
I think, and this is what I'm saying.
Isn't that the belief?
That's what I'm saying.
Am I wrong first?
That's what I'm saying.
No, am I wrong first on that?
I don't know if you are right or wrong because I don't believe on that.
Okay, but don't you be, as a Christianity teaching, isn't that what it says?
So this
am
is
I
what
wrong
I'm
about
going
that?
to tell you. There is nowhere written that if you don't accept Jesus Christ as your Savior, you will not go to heaven. Because that is a translation on how, people translate that sentence or that message million times different way.
Yes.
Okay?
But
for me, I might not going to be, I might not go to church. I might not be a religious person, but I believe that I have God and it's only God.
yes, but you are one of those Christians who chose to believe and think differently from what they're teaching at church.
And this is the problem,
Yes.
because people are taught so many things.
No, but unless you are going there, now this is the part I didn't want to go. I am not trying to say the teachings of Christianity is wrong, or the teaching of Islam is wrong, or the teaching
It's
of
not
Judaism is wrong, right?
I will
But
give
what
you
I'm
an
saying,
example with that. There's this game with Helen. So this game, you put very big ears on you.
Mm-hmm.
And then one person speak a sentence. So if I speak that sentence, then it will pass to you, and then you're going to pass that sentence to another. So it's a line like
yeah,
five,
and then you change.
That means
the words will change over time.
Exactly.
I understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to say which religion is right. I'm not trying to say that Christianity teaching is wrong. And I'm not trying to say Islamic teaching is right and Christianity is wrong, or Christianity is right or Islamic is wrong, or Judaism is right. I am not trying to interfere on that particular faith. But what I'm saying is, as a human being, who have my faith and believe, total belief that my religion is accurate, right? But then there's a fella, co-host of the radio, Josephine, right, who's Christianity, who also believe that her religion is 100% accurate. And that's the only way you can go that way. And a me Muslim believe this is the only way I can go, I can get a salvation, right?
Yeah, for me,
why don't I want to understand your part?
And
And
this
why
is
don't
what
you
I'm saying.
try to understand
No, if
my
you
part?
ask me, DJ Owen, did you see my books, my Jewish book? I read everything. I read Jewish books. I read my Bible. I read Quran. What I'm looking, what is God saying about me? I'm not looking at what religion tells about me. I am looking, what does God speak?
Okay, so I
about me?
did that, I think, at 15 or 16 years old, right? When I was questioning and for me, maybe I was lucky or maybe I wasn't lucky. I happened to have a Muslim father and Christian mother, right? And my father was teaching me Islam, and I was learning, and it was making sense, right? A lot of sense. But I also understood my mom was Catholic and Christian, and I had a lot of friends that are Christian, and some of them were Walokore, Bonifat Christians, and they had that passion and all that thing. And at that time, there was also what a guy's name that was causing problem in Tanzania?
Gwajima?
No, Gwajima was at that time.
Kakobe?
No, the person that was giving madhara wanazungumza Biblia, anasema watu wanasema Biblia, anasema hivi, anasema actually
Mponde?
sio Mponde.
Yeah, because
Unakumbuka kulikuwa na mjadala wa Waislamu
I know, and this is why people died a lot, because
so it was during that time.
And this is what I'm talking to you right now, that I said you cannot put those books and start to find what is right and what is wrong.
No, for me, when I
what
saw
you can do
is learn,
put those books
and try to find and learn,
compare each
one of
verse
them, and
and
then
each sentence.
and try. No, at least what I did was really try to understand Christian faith, core-based faith. What is Christianity really believe? What is the core structure faith on what the belief is.
Let me
and
tell
then
you.
at the same time, I tried to understand what the core teachings, right? What is really a faith of Muslims, right? And I also did try to understand the real belief of Jews. I could not get too much information
No,
about
all
Judaism
the
at that
books
time.
are the same. If you read Jewish book, if you read Bible, if you read Quran, they all speak the same stuff in different languages. I've started to read Jewish books. What I see in Jewish book is more translation of a sentence. If they say adultery, they are going to translate different ways of adultery, explain in details. If
What
you
is adultery?
say adultery in Quran, it also explain in a different way. I will give you an example. If you read Quran is allowing a man to marry more than one woman. But in a Bible, that is adultery. You cannot have sex with more than one woman who you have committed. If you go to Jewish book, it explains you the details why you should have only one and only one woman in more detailed way. It's
Okay, so-
almost 10 pages just talking about that.
So, do you want me to answer that properly? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then everybody, all the prophets from Abraham downwards, Solomon, Muhammad, except Jesus, because apparently we Muslims believe that he carried on with his life, he was married and all kind of thing, right? But majority of the of these prophets, they're adulterers. If that's what you are saying, right?
I'm not the,
So-
no,
so-
okay,
so-
I'm not the
so-
one
so
who
this is-
said.
this is-
No,
this is-
but even if you talk about Abraham, even God spoke about Abraham that, why did you lack faith? I promised you I'm going to give you a son. So it's not the issue of adultery.
Islamic-
It's an issue of, there are a lot of stuff coming together there. The patience that our God, that's what I'm saying. For me, I follow God's principle.
So that's what
Love, kindness, patience, all those kind of stuff.
So I wanted to talk why we don't discuss about religion, but we've been discussing about the religion. So I'm trying my best.
No,
not
because
to,
you gave us the question. I'm trying to discuss with the viewers.
Okay,
The
so
question.
I'm dodging answering the questions that you are asking me in avoiding saying something that is a bit conflicting.
Yeah,
I don't.
because you
what I-
trust
what I-
and
yeah.
you trust Quran.
No, not necessarily. I trust Quran 100%. I also trust Bible 100%, but
Not
only,
100%.
no, I trust Bible
Not
only
100%.
only the Old Testament. I don't trust New
That's
Testament,
it.
and I have my reasoning for it. Right? I prefer not to mention my reasoning about it, but I have my reasoning, and not because I did not read it. I actually went and read it and tried to understood it. Right? I did not read. I cannot say that I read Bible from back to front. I cannot say that. But I did read Bible. I did understand the teaching. I did understand the core belief of Christianity. I did understand the core principles of Christianity faith. I did look at the picture and the story, right, on a Christianity, based on Christianity. And I did look the core teaching of Islam, the core faith in Islam, and the teaching on Islam. And to me, by looking at both, the Islam made sense more to me than Christianity made sense to me. So this is the reason I chose.
And that
This is
will
the reason.
be the question,
Yeah, this is
and
the
that will be the answer to everyone.
Yes, this is the reason that I chose Islam. So my question is, why do people don't do the same thing I did?
No, that's why people are Muslim and Christian, because they made a choice.
No, majority of people is because they are born on that religion. This is for Muslims, and Christians.
Yeah, okay. If you were born, like, I would tell you one thing. You became a Muslim because your dad taught you, and your dad was probably a conservative Muslim. That's why you went to that line.
No,
But believe me, if you were raised 24/7 by your mom, who was a conservative Christian, you would go to that line of Christianity.
No. Me, with my mind, as my dad, knowing if I was raised by my mom and knowing my dad is Muslim, the knowledge that my dad is Muslim, I would have done exactly the same thing, just like the way I did when my dad was teaching me Islam. I did exactly the same thing to try to understand Christianity very well so I can understand my mom and my mom faith, right? And my mom belief, because I had very a strong connection.
Yeah,
I still have very strong
you're
connection,
lucky
family.
that you had an opportunity to be raised by two different parents from different dominant religions.
And that is also possibly, I can tell you, for example, you say you are reading a Jewish book, you are reading Quran, and you are reading Bible, right? But both of your parents were Christianity, right? Christian.
All my parents were Roman Catholic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for
and
me,
very conservative.
and as I said, to me, probably, even if both my parents were Christians.
Not only Christian.
Yeah.
I've been raised up in Christian.
Yes, that's
schools.
what I'm saying. Even me, personal, my personality, my thinking, and my belief, and the way I am, and the way my mind works. If I was happen to be raised in a Christian father and mother, I would have probably still done exactly the same thing, and I would have probably still be a Muslim.
All right.
Because I did not do injustice on that process. I did not do it. I did not become Muslim. I can say I did not become Muslim because of my father, and I'm not Christian because of my mother. I am a Muslim because I personally made a conscious effort in trying to understand the basic.
And this is the
thing between the
reason
two.
we have mosque, we have churches. The use of mosque and churches is to teach these godly principles, and people should follow.
Yes, okay. And I think is for every human being, me. At least for these two faiths of Christianity and Islam. Jews, as I said, are different because they believe their religions based on their bloodline, right? But at least for Christianity and Muslim, it is me, I believe that every human on these two religion, right? By seeing that funeral, right? By seeing the process of burying person, by having this faith and believe that I am the one that was chosen, my religion is right, and you have a fellow human being on the other side who have exactly the same confidence and belief from that side, right? As a human, I think if you have a right mind as a human, you should question, right? You should at least question yourself. Why I'm believing in this, and I know I'm 100% true, and I know this is truth. I'm 100% confident this is the way, right? As your faith, that's what I believe.
I don't think if people believe that they are right 100%. However,
I believe I'm right 100%.
And this is what I'm saying. I don't want to say you're right or wrong. What you're supposed to do is to believe what you believe, but don't give yourself that you are right 100%.
Okay.
Because whatever you're doing, you are following the book. That book has been written by people.
So what I'm trying to say is, instead of just believing you as 100% and say I'm doing my faith and believing 100%, what I'm saying is you should search from your fellow human who also believe they're right.
So that is another stage.
Okay? So you can understand what another person who say they're right, what makes them think they're right.
I don't think even the Bible tells us that we are right. That's what I'm saying. All these religions they set up their own guidelines.
Well, Quran-
I will
Quran-
call it guidelines. But kwa sababu, when you talk about religion is a name. But when you talk, there are two things. There are two things you are mixing together. There's God and religion. These are two different things.
Faith and religion. God is just one. God
is the one who gives faith.
Yeah. So faith.
Where is your faith?
There's
your
a faith and
is
religion.
in God, or your faith is in religion.
You see, that's the thing. But
And
religion.
those are the two concepts people are messing up. There are people who put their faith on religion than on God. I remember one time you were telling me about Christianity idols, like Mother Mary idols, all those sculptures. People put their faith on religion, which religion forces or instruct to respect and to pray or to adore to those sculptures.
I wish you didn't mention that, but I've.
No, that's what I'm telling you. But for people who have really read the Bible or the Quran or the Jewish book and understand, they put their faith in God, no matter what religion you are.
This is true. I think every religion between these three, they all believe in God, and the religions.
They don't believe in God. They believe in their religion.
So what is religion first?
Religion are concepts.
Now, religion is the form of.
There's no form.
No,
religion
no,
is a concept.
No.
Christianity have their own concept. Muslim, you have your own concept. Jewish, they have their own concept and ideology. Religion is simple, an ideology.
No, what I'm saying, religion. How do you say mfumo wa maisha?
Yeah, that's what it is.
What is saying mfumo wa maisha?
That's what it's
Ideology,
saying.
right?
Yeah, it's ideology.
Okay. So that's why I was trying to say democracy is also a religion, right? Remember I mentioned something like that, right?
Because it's an ideology.
So the religion is ideology, right?
Yes.
Faith is completely different, right?
Faith is different.
So we all say that we believe one God, Christians and Muslims, right? Believing
is not faith.
Yes.
You can believe, but you don't have the faith.
Okay, no, that's a completely different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We cannot discuss about religion unless you really.
I am not saying discussing. I'm not saying discussing. I'm not saying arguing. I'm saying talking.
Why don't humans talk about?
Yes, talk.
What is talking?
Talking and arguing are two different things.
But the talk can lead to argument.
It can lead to argument, but it cannot. But it can also.
But create an argument to have a good talk.
But it can also lead to opening up someone's mind.
Yeah,
it can also. It can also.
This is why when we are answering the concept papers, you have to create an argument to have a good flow of talk.
So religion is ideology, right? The way a human should live, the way they should follow,
people,
the way they should pray, the way they should do things, right? This is religion, right?
Okay.
Faith is the what you feel inside, right? And we all believe, right, that there's one God, right? But we use different ideology, right? Different way of praying, different way of doing things, right? In following that, in trying to in trying to please the Creator.
Take your faith away from God.
Yes. So that's what I'm trying to explain. So we have one faith. They have this ideology of following, right? Trying to please God, and we have another one follow different approach of following, trying to please God, right? So after death, right, they can go in good place. And this one say we are the right way, right? We believe this is the right way, and you guys are wrong. We are going to heaven. And
that's
this one here,
okay. Why should they use other alternatives?
Yeah. So in this one here, this one ideology says that we are the right one. We are doing right. You guys are wrong, and we are going to heaven. But then we talk to each other, we interact with each other, we marry each other, we create offspring with each other, we do business with each other, we love each other, we do business. We are one society, and yet right, on something as ultimate as that, we don't want to
I can answer that
cross-reference.
question for you. You
We
know
cannot
what?
cross-reference.
We have accepted to tolerate each other.
No, but why, that's what question is, why can't we cross-reference this? Because the idea is not changing each
You
other.
know, you have
The
already
idea is
said-
cross-reference
You have
to
already
find out
said,
what is.
You have already said a religion is an ideology which creates a certain belief, which creates a certain way of culture, and it creates a certain way of people. So, to take that ideology or to take that belief away.
No, nobody's talking about taking a belief away.
There's no way you can, like, it's like when you talk liberals and conservative, there's no way you can cross-match those people.
No, what example that I can give?
There's no way. There's
No.
no way you can bring a conservative Christian and a conservative Muslim and make them cross culture together.
No, I'm not saying cross culture.
What you do?
I'm talking about cross reference.
Yeah, you
like what
can
I'm trying to explain.
cross-reference
No,
them.
you can cross. Why?
Because fast.
That's the question. That's the question I don't understand.
You cannot because
This is the question I don't understand, because for me, Jehovah Witness come to my house, where they don't come after 3 times. They don't come anymore now, right? But when they come, I welcome them in. We sit. I give them tea, and we sit and we
we talk.
discuss. We discuss first time. I give them the answers, and we ask the questions, and we discuss properly. They go do more research. They come back again another time. We talk, right?
I'm
they go
really
do more
happy
research.
that you accept
They
them.
go do more research. They come back. We talk. And then after some time, when they see me, they don't want to see me anymore. They wave, right? They don't want to talk to me anymore, right? But on the discussion that we have, right? There's never been a fight. There's never been an argument. It was just cross-reference information. I love discussing these things, but my discussion is you teach me what you know, and I teach you what I know. This is the problem. Why can't we human do that?
And this is why, no,
especially,
they wave at you, they don't come anymore.
especially when the end result of all of us, right, is the death. And after dying, we all going to be judged.
The point is, you cannot cross-reference, because I will give you a good example you have just mentioned of Jehovah's Witness. Okay? Jehovah's Witness does not even believe in transmitting blood. I will see you dying. I cannot even give you my blood. Never.
Yes.
But you believe on love and rescue. Okay?
Yes.
And the question is, you guys, what do you do to allow someone to die natural death?
No, I'm not trying.
Without applying love.
I'm not trying to correct nobody's
That's
religion.
what I'm saying.
Right? I'm not
referencing in
Okay.
these books, because what
Okay, let's say don't cross reference. Why do we refuse even to learn?
All right, we have just 5 minutes to go. I will leave you and tell the viewers, what do you think?
What my fellow human, I know this is a hot topic, it's untouchable topic, but I like to dare, so I dared, right? Today I dared. As I said, in this life, and I'm talking to people who believe in these two religions, Christianity and Islam, right? And I'm not trying to say which one is right and which one is wrong. Everybody have a right to choose and believe what they really wish to believe, what really based on their faith. But as something as important and crucial as that, that one day, right, each one of us will die, right? And we are related. Some of us are intermarriage. Some of us are in parents that are different faith, that we love dearly. Some of us have friends that are in a different religion that we love dearly, and on something like that, me completely believing 100% that my faith is accurate, and another person, like my mother, believe 100% her faith is accurate, that is different from mine, and that we cannot try to teach each other what each one of us know with all the love and respect and joy and all the happiness that we share and all the other discussion that we share. To me, it does not make sense. I'm asking my fellow, what do you guys think? Because it makes absolutely no sense that we all believe that this life in this place is very short, right? We all believe that it's a very, very short life, and afterlife is where the real things begin, right? We all believe that. And unless we pretend to love each other, I think we need to teach each other and help each other understand each other's faith and belief and teachings if we do really care for each other. That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you so much, viewers. This is Tom's Radio Toronto. We have heard Bori Buyuni Jahazi exactly what he wanted to mean on this question and topic for today. My name is Josie Sla. For me, I don't like to discuss about religion issues, but I speak how good is God every day. So you heard us. Share your views. See you next time. Please don't stop watching Tom's Radio. We have news at 4 and other sweet programs like Law is coming later.